Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the back of the pack here on the Backmarkers podcast, rated 5 stars on Apple Podcasts by Carson Struck. They say, I like it very much. Thank you so much for the review, Carson, and we are so glad to have you here. Now that we have finally muscled our way through this fake summer break, we can finally talk F1 again, because it's felt like forever since the British Grand Prix.
Right.
So first, I think we should talk about how awful this scheduling is. Because literally why? We have a 3-week break, then we have a double header, and then we have a 4-week break. It makes no sense. Just split these races up a little bit. And, I mean, why? We have 2 summer breaks now. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, literally makes no sense at all. And surely the drivers don't like that either. Surely they just prefer to have a proper summer break, like a decent one, instead of just like losing their momentum. No, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure they're more than happy to have 3 weeks off, 2 weeks of racing, and then 4 weeks off. I won't lie. But it makes no sense. Like, why are we wasting this like prime time for F1? This is when no other sports are happening over the summer. This is like F1's peak chance to boost their relevancy and get more people watching. The movies coming out. Like, it's all so bad. Like, you just dropped the movie. There's been 1 race since the movie came out. Then 3 weeks of nothing. I don't even know if the movie's still in theaters at this point. It probably is, but now we've got 4 weeks coming up, and it just makes no sense. Like, and also, I think that going back to the thing of the sports not happening right now, the summer break should be in June or it should be in September, for at least in my opinion, because September's when college football starts, and Americans are much more inclined to watch the NFL on Sundays and college football on Saturdays than qualifying in an F1 race. And in June, the NBA is still going on, like very beginning of June. So I just feel like this is the best time to have as many F1 races as possible. And it makes no sense why the summer break is in this completely dead month and a half of no sports.
Exactly. Like even with like football over here as well, like all the preseason tournaments, they're all like ending / like starting like in the past couple of weeks. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense for neither continent.
Like, now that the Cup World or the Club World Cup is over, I mean, there's literally nothing going on. At least in America, I have nothing to watch besides like baseball, which I'm not a huge fan of baseball. But I was looking in my closet to see if my Chelsea jersey was in there. I've got a couple of them, but big Chelsea support. You knew that, right?
Yeah. Don't worry, man. I wrote that down.
Big win. Now we got companies clawing at the title sponsor when we had none for basically all season last year. So it's a good time. Samsung. Yeah, I want Samsung back. That shit is iconic.
Samsung's sick. Yeah.
And Joao Pedro, dude, he's so tough. He's so good. I'm excited. I'm excited. And completely off topic, but did you see that Cole Palmer like broke up with his girlfriend because she kept trying to get married and get all that money? Yeah.
No, but I rate that from him. That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, he is one of the stupidest people ever, but good on him for being smart about that.
Did you see that picture? It was like him, Trump, and like the president of FIFA, and the caption was like, there are 6 brain cells in this picture, and Cole Palmer has all 6 of them. Yeah,
and that's saying a lot. Because Cole Palmer really is, I mean, he is unbelievably stupid. Anyways.
I love him, though.
Yeah, so other than bitching about the schedule, we can get into the news from this break. So, last episode, I remember you were like, I think Max is going to sign with Mercedes before Spa Media Day because he's not going to want to deal with the speculation. He's going to want to deal with facts. That has not happened. We have not seen Max. We have virtually heard nothing from anybody over this break. I mean, it's been literally nothing has happened for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, literally.
That's why I haven't made a video, just because like I'm not going to make a video about something no one cares about. That's like my whole motto is I'm not going to make a video just to make a video. I'm going to make a video about something that people actually care about and not being like, oh, apparently Mick Schumacher's in talks with Cadillac. Like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? besides just saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing's happened recently. Like even when I'm looking at my on Instagram, I just see nothing. The only thing that's happened that's noteworthy is flipping. I'll list you like probably like the top 3 things that have happened in Formula One this week. George Russell went on holiday in Italy and posted about it. Number 2, Leclerc unfollowed his ex-girlfriend.
OMG.
Right.
That is
historical stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Lando Norris went to the beach
Awesome.
or something.
I would, because I'd love to talk about all of that. But there was a rumor going around that I saw that George Russell might be staying at Mercedes and Kimi might go on loan to Alpine. I don't know if you've seen this rumor as well. I saw this like a week or 2 ago, and it sounds somewhat realistic, just because it kind of makes sense, you know? Like I don't see why Mercedes are going after Max at all right now, just because I don't think it's worth their money. That's gonna be so much money, and you can keep George. Maybe this is just a ploy to get George Russell's contract price down, because he hasn't signed a contract. Now, what a move that would be, as if they're just trying to drive George's price down. You're like, I guess we'll sign you for a little bit, but Max is right there, so you're gonna have to be cheap. That could be a power play.
Exactly. I've actually never thought of it that way. But also, just like having Max and George in the same team from like a sporting point of view, bro, that'd be sick.
It would be a media shitstorm.
Literally.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Like on one hand, you've got one guy, okay, that says nothing, okay, but does shit, right? And then you've got someone like George on the other hand, who in the race doesn't do anything, never aggressive, but on media, he turns into a sassy little queen, you know what I mean?
That's what he loves, the media. He loves it more than anybody else, I would say.
Literally.
But so if Kimi were to go to Alpine, what do you think about this? Do you think that could hypothetically be a good move?
I genuinely see it. For me, it makes sense. From Alpine's point of view, because with that second driver, I don't think they're comfortable with either Colapinto or Doohan. So I think they're just like trying to fill the gaps. With Antonelli though, you've got someone who, you know, there's like, he comes with something, you know what I mean? Like he's sort of like, he seems more promising, put it that way. And I think from his point of view, it could be worth it. Like, you know, I feel like he got rushed into that Mercedes seat just because they were like, it was slim pickings for them at the time. And I think like having a bit of experience, sort of not in a shit box. Well, I mean, they are last in the constructors, right?
Alpine. I can double check that real quick.
I'm pretty sure they are. But I think like having like the experience and being in a team like that, he gets some shit out of it. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting like spoon-fed a Mercedes as his first car, it's pretty mad.
Alpine is last, just by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's probably the first one I ever got a stat correct. But
I think it would be a good move on paper for Alpine, but realistically, it's like you're still gonna have an inexperienced driver at the end of the day, because I think what they're looking for in maybe talking to Mercedes about getting Antonelli is getting a driver they can rely on more. But Kimi Antonelli is by no means reliable. He's still a rookie.
Yeah.
And it's easy to say Kimi Antonelli is the best rookie because he's in a Mercedes and he's this 18-year-old phenom. Yeah. But put all of them in the same car, I'm not super convinced that Kimi Antonelli would win. I feel like a lot of drivers could have taken the Mercedes to the podium in Canada under those circumstances. True.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still rate him.
No, me too. I don't want to sound like a critic that doesn't like Kimi Antonelli. I'm just saying, like, let's be real here. Like, Kimi Antonelli has really not proved much other than getting the Mercedes to the podium in a race that George Russell won. So the car was clearly there. It was great driving, don't get me wrong, but I do think there are several rookies that, with the same amount of testing in this Mercedes specifically and all of the hours he's logged practicing for this team, I don't think that he's the only one that could have done that by any means.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I hear you. I just feel like for him, the main benefit would just be like having a different experience, and it would just benefit him like as a whole. Because like Mercedes are sort of seeing him as sort of like the driver that they're investing in for the future. So maybe they're just thinking that they just want to like, I don't know, get this experience behind him, and then he'll just come back stronger, sort of thing. And then for Alpine, it's not like it's a win-win for them. I feel like with that second seat, they're low-key struggling already. They're not doing great in the championship. So they haven't got much to lose. It's sort of like they've got a pizza in front of them, right?
Here we go.
And it's like they're about to choose the toppings to go on the pizza. And then it's like, so Gasly's just the cheese, right? Just standard.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Gasly is the cheese.
And then, like, you've got like millions of other different options. You've got like, you can put some pepperoni on it. You can put some, I don't know what people put on their pizza. I mean, I have my go-to order, but
go ahead. I want to hear it.
It's very, I don't want to sound like pretentious, but I like speck, which is like this like Parma ham sort of thing, but like spiced with pepper, and Philadelphia, right? But that's aside from the point. To help the analogy, let's just say you've got peppers and sweet corn, like we're in Domino's, right? And let's just say they're standard ones. So you've got Gasly, he's the cheese, and then when you're about to put the second ingredient on, you're like, I don't know what to choose. But then you realise that the sauce on the pizza is out of date, okay? And the sauce being out of date is basically the Alpine being shit. And it's like, oh, well, this pizza's going to be horrible then. Like, it's, you know, no matter what I put on top of the pizza, it's not going to make it, we're not going to like have an award-winning pizza on our hands. So they've just gone like, fuck it, we can even put some sardines on it, which no one really likes sardines. And it's not going to change anything because the pizza's going to be shit anyway.
And this is Colapinto, the sardines?
No, like Colapinto and Doan, they're sort of just like the sensible choices, like, you know, what's given to them. They're just like the standard stuff. But Kimi Antonelli, he could be the worst, right? It could just like not pay off at all, right? But the pizza's fucked anyway. So it's like, oh shit, what are we going to do? Doesn't matter what, they could literally shit on the pizza, right? It's still going to be a shit pizza. The sauce is out of date. There's pure mold in there, man. Mold, like, ingrained into the sauce. It's going to be a shit pizza anyway.
You need to be studied in a laboratory. I'm not even kidding. I love it though. I love it.
Crazy.
I would look at it as like I'm trying to find my way into the pizza analogy. So the Alpine pizza has out of date sauce. The car's fucked.
Alpizza.
The Alpizza. Yes, exactly. I would say you could the way I'm looking at it is Jack doing, oh, let's throw some pineapple on there. Or Franco Colapinto, let's throw some mushrooms on there. And Kimi Antonelli is like, all right, let's just get some pepperoni on there. We know everybody likes pepperoni. That's what we're going to do. And I'm here saying, like, Kimi Antonelli is not pepperoni because he's not as reliable. And he's also kind of like a pineapple, anchovies, pepper, questionable thing. That pizza might not enjoy it. It might not taste well on the pizza. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about shitting on the pizza or anything like that. But I'm just saying Kimi Antonelli is not the pepperoni that you think he is. Or that not you, but just like in general. That Alpine may think that he is. But we don't even know where this move is coming from. So we don't need to get too lost in the sauce because that might be Mercedes being like, hey.
By the way.
Like, hey, you could take Antonelli for a year if you want him. So it might be the other way around. Mercedes might be tired of the pepperoni and they're trying to, you know, get some Max Verstappen fucking, I don't know. I'm running out of
stuffed
pizza
crust. No, Max Verstappen's stuffed crust right there.
Exactly. If this happens, because if Kimi's on loan, that means he's not going to be gone for long. So do you think in this situation, would Max just retire after a few seasons and finally go after his wet dreams? Ooh, kind of sounded like wet dream.
Did you just say? Yeah.
Chasing his wet dreams.
Yeah, I've got to stop you there, man. I don't know. I feel like that's pretty crazy. Like, as much as Verstappen likes to be like, oh, you know,
I'm gonna retire if you don't make a better car.
I'm gonna get. Yeah. Like, as much as he likes to say that sort of shit, like I say constantly to my girlfriend, I'm gonna get a buzz cut. I'm saying, like, this is the summer that I get a buzz cut. Okay, I'm convinced.
I'll do it if you do it.
I'm saying, like, all right. But I've always said
Bald
to her, like, yeah,
Markers
this is the summer.
podcast.
And she's just like, no, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And I never do it. I always fold.
In one day.
And I think Verstappen's in the same thing. Like, he's, for the first time, he's talking the talk, but he's not walking the walk. Like, he's just trying to seem like mysterious and like all sort of like
he's
I
on
don't need Formula One.
He's got the barber on the phone, but he's not quite locking down a date. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He's not giving card details to secure the booking.
Yeah, exactly. Stage. I also do you think this is going to happen? Because now that it hasn't, I'm a little more skeptical. I think 3 weeks ago, everyone was like, or maybe more like 2 weeks ago, everyone was like, okay, yep, Max is going to Mercedes. I feel like it's raised a little bit of doubt in the community now that we haven't been getting these big breaking notifications like Max is on an island with Toto Wolff, and I love that flight records are public and that everyone can just freak out over that shit. It's so funny. I want to ask you this. Of all the driver pairing possibilities at Mercedes, what would you want to see the most? It could even be Russell Antonelli, Russell Verstappen, or Verstappen Antonelli. It could be any of them. For
me, I just want to see Verstappen Russell. I just think that would just be so funny.
Yeah, it would be. I kind of want to as well because that would be just the most drama. But Verstappen Antonelli could also be really, really cool. I think that would make Kimi a driver's like miles better than he would be if he was, with Russell and learning from George. Because then you'll get Kimi in the media talking about it's raining cats and dogs, nuts and butts over here.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We do not need another George Russell in the media pen. That is the last thing that we need.
I agree. I also think that just like being second driver to Verstappen though is pretty rough.
Yeah, but I think in the case of Red Bull, it's different. And I'm not inclined to think that Mercedes is going to build the car around Max and, okay, quick rant. The Red Bull is built around Max. Let's not get our fucking panties in a wad here, okay? I know people in the past have been like, oh, well, it's actually not built around Max. But then they go on and say, well, yeah, Max likes a sharp front end, and so the car has a really sharp front end. It's like, so what the fuck does that mean? It means that it is being built around Max. It's built to Max's liking, and I don't think Mercedes is going to do that. So I think being second driver to Verstappen is not going to be as daunting as it is at Red Bull because nobody can drive the Red Bull except Max.
Yeah, that's just how Red Bull's set up. And I think that's common knowledge too. Yeah, like if he goes to Mercedes, he's going to have to acclimatize to a completely different sort of setting and just, way of running a business at the end of the day. Like, he's not going to be as much as he'll sort of be like the golden boy, I don't know, this pretty incredible contract that he's going to have, being like the 4-time world champion come to Mercedes. He's not going to receive the same treatment that he gets at Red Bull.
Oh,
like,
of course
no one
not.
gets that treatment. No one gets that treatment in any sport.
If he doesn't get to grips with that car, then what does that say about his legacy?
Yeah.
I have been saying on this podcast that Max Verstappen has proved nothing in terms of adaptability. And Mercedes, if he goes, which I dare you, Max Verstappen, I dare you to go to Mercedes, that will actually be a test of his adaptability. Now, you can say one thing or the other about his early days at Red Bull when the car wasn't built around him. He did do well against Daniel. But in the past 6 years, he's proven nothing in terms of adaptability. And Daniel Ricciardo had a great track record with adaptability, and then he went to McLaren. So
yeah,
I think Max's legacy is not in danger, but definitely being thrown up into the air.
Yeah. And it's valid because even when you look at sort of like his teammates that he's had to go up against, since Ricciardo, he hasn't had a challenge either, you know what I mean?
That is also very true. We thought for like 5 minutes in 2023 that Sergio Perez was maybe the one. He was not the one. I think Max in a new car against new competition, that will be either humbling or cementing his status as one of the greats. And I hope he does it because I think he's kind of a pussy if he doesn't. Like, Schumacher went back with Mercedes. He tried it. Hamilton's going to Ferrari. He tried it. Senna went to Williams. He tried it. Mansell went fucking everywhere. Verstappen's got to get his like, you know what I mean? He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I agree. It would definitely push his GOAT status as well because he's obviously a ridiculously talented driver.
Of course.
But I feel like he's got a. I just want to see him go through these tests, and I feel like he'll have a second leg to stand on when it comes to GOAT conversations.
Yeah, and I think right now it's like, oh, he's a 4-time world champion, dominant car, like he's great,
Yeah.
but there's always this but afterwards. I don't know what to think about whether or not it's going to happen at this point, but I think it's very important for his legacy as an F1 driver. And I'm sure he doesn't give a shit about that, but as a fan, I want to see Max in a different car. He's got to at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think right now is the perfect time. He's at the top of his game. That's what Schumacher did. He won 2 titles, and he was like, all right, going to go rebuild Ferrari. And he did it.
Yeah, exactly. Similar with Alonso as well. Like, I mean, he went to Renault, did his thing, and then I mean he went like team hopping. But everywhere he went, he definitely made an improvement too.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, he went to McLaren, got bitched by Lewis Hamilton, got scared back to Renault. Renault was terrible. Then he went to Ferrari. Should have won maybe 2 championships there, and then ended up in the shit McLaren for like 4 years. I have more respect for him because of that, though.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why he like does well in GOAT conversations. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think he, in a lot of people's minds, is more of a GOAT than Verstappen. Plus, he's also just sick.
It's just a boss, man. Like, I just wish I was him.
So we can finally put that to rest. And talk to me a little bit about these Cadillac rumors that we have here, because we've had a couple drivers apparently in talks with Cadillac.
I'm assuming you're referring to sort of like the Schumacher rumors that are coming out now.
Well, there's Schumacher and there's Doohan.
I'm more leaning to Schumacher, and I feel like maybe that might be just sort of like a personal bias thing that I'm just sort of trying to manifest that in my own mind. But Doohan does make a lot of sense as well. I feel like the way that he got kicked out of Alpine makes him not trust the project anymore, and maybe he's just looking to like change roads completely. So that could make a lot of sense for him. But Schumacher, man, it would be sick.
It would be. And well, you know me, I said Audi for Schumacher. That was my prediction for Mick.
Yeah, like an all German lineup. Yeah,
it's still kind of the same deal. And the more that I think about it, they shouldn't change their lineup at all. That's my personal opinion. Is that it works. It works. Hulkenberg and Bortoletto, they've got a great thing going. Like,
yeah.
No reason to change it. So maybe that door has closed for Schumacher, and now he's looking for a seat at Caddy. I fuck with it. I don't really love it all that much, though. I would much rather see a different young driver come into the sport instead of, Mick Schumacher coming back from the dead to go to Cadillac of all places. It'd be a good comeback story, but it's kind of just like, I'd rather see a Jack Crawford, a Jack Doohan, like somebody else. I'd rather see somebody who's still got a lot to prove. And Mick does. He's had a lot of success-ish in WEC, and he's looking for another chance,
Yeah.
But, yeah, Schumacher should go to Audi. I think that's a perfect place for Mick.
Yeah, he should gun for that seat, I reckon. Maybe, but then I feel like what would he wait for? Bortoletto, in my mind, he's decent, and I can't see him getting kicked out of the team anytime soon. Hulkenberg, I feel like for Schumacher, maybe the best thing to do is just wait for Hulkenberg to retire. But then, at the same time, I feel like there's a shelf life on former F1 drivers. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they get into F1, right? They get kicked out.
Yeah.
They do whatever they do. They can go into WEC. They can go to any other series. But I feel like there's still a shelf life where it's sort of like, it makes them almost like too far out to sort of draw back into Formula One and expect good results from them. For example, Nick De Vries, for example, I feel like he's got to the point where he's never going to see a Formula One car again.
Oh, yeah. No, I think he's done.
You know what I mean? And I'm just scared that I don't want Schumacher to wait too long, and then the same thing happens
closes.
To him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But what do you think about Doohan as opposed to Mick Schumacher?
I still fuck with it. I rate Doohan. I actually rate Doohan. I feel like he shouldn't have got the boot from Alpine. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for him. It makes sense for the team, especially if they sort of, from what we've understood, go for a experienced driver and then an unexperienced driver. I feel like that's just sort of the logical thing that everyone's thinking is going to happen.
Yeah.
So for me, it could make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think it's very interesting that these two drivers are in the mix because they both have very big last names, bring a lot of money to the team, bring a lot of fans, and like Doohan is Australian, and there's Oscar Piastri, but there's not a ton of Australian representation in F1 aside from Piastri now that Ricciardo's gone. So obviously the Australians are inclined, and all the Mick Doohan fans, and then there's Nico Hulkenberg from Germany, but Mick is a Schumacher, so like
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense.
everybody from Germany would watch Mick Schumacher. So it's
Yeah, no, exactly. I hear that.
yeah, it's really interesting.
Like, yeah, I mean, even we saw like sort of shit that you brought to Haas as well. Like, there's stuff there for Schumacher.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, 2 seconds. My girlfriend's literally out waiting just to give me a drink. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay. So while Zane is gone, little preview, heads up, after this next little segment, we are going to have some viewer call-ins, hopefully, and we are going to hit the phones in a few minutes' time. So get excited for that. It's going to be happening in just a few seconds. I can hear Zane talking to his girlfriend or something, but he's speaking Italian. I don't even know what the fuck he's saying. As an American, I cannot translate, unfortunately. Wonder what kind of drink he comes back with. You think he's a matcha guy?
Oh.
Me and the viewers were just talking about what kind of drink you got.
Sorry about that, man.
Did you get a matcha?
No, because basically,
Did you get a beer?
I had a flight. No. I'll explain the logic. The flight that we had last night, right?
Yeah.
Was at like midnight. Okay.
Red eye.
We got back here. See ya.
Red eye? Is that a thing? Do you know what that means? Like a red eye? A red eye flight?
No.
You get in like early as fuck in the morning?
Oh, no. It wasn't even like that. Like, we had like a super late flight. On the flight, it was terrible. Like, the most awful turbulence, right?
Oof.
And plus, in like the pitch black as well, where you can't see outside, you don't get your bearings. You literally just feel yourself going like that. So yeah, I've been keeping pretty rough. So I've got...
What is that? Two coffees?
I've got two. This is fennel tea.
Okay.
Which helps sort of like settle your stomach indigestion. I don't have indigestion, but I don't know. I'm just saying words to sound like scientific. And this is like hot water and lemon.
Nice. So it's okay.
To refresh
the
palate. Yeah. So no beer. Just it's still Monday, man.
Boring. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about with Cadillac is we've heard nothing from either side. It's still, for the experienced driver, it's kind of seeming like it's going to be Perez versus Bottas. So who are you taking in that battle? Who would you rather see?
I would rather see Perez.
Me too.
I feel like he left the sport in such like a bad way, which I really felt bad for because I always rated him as a driver. So I feel like he got hard done by that. He deserves a chance to come back and like show everyone that he's like, that he's the real deal. Bottas though, I see that being more realistic. I feel like the attitude that he's given around the paddock.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it on a past episode, but like the Instagram post where he's like, oh look, this seat, nobody's in it. It was like a Cadillac car, and I was like,
exactly. Yeah.
You're talking big for someone who has not signed shit yet.
Right. And he's also sort of like, I don't know if you've seen, but he's sort of like playing the role in Mercedes. Or sort of, when Ricciardo was sort of
the Red Bull PR merchant.
The Red Bull mascot.
Yeah.
That's literally what, in my eyes, that's what he's doing for Mercedes. Especially when he's doing it for, I don't know if you saw that video of like Kimi Antonelli was doing an interview. And then Bottas pretends to be one of the interviewers and he says like, how important is the third driver in your team? You know what I mean? He's playing up to the role as well.
He's just being the little PR
I rate it,
just like Daniel was. And it's so funny that he can do that now. Like, that he's so comfortable in himself. Like, I would never have expected that in 2022 or 2021.
So right? Like Bottas, like, when he was basically the little bitch at Mercedes.
Yeah,
right?
he was the bitch at Mercedes.
He was literally the bitch there, and I just didn't think he had like an ounce of personality at all. I thought he was just like a Kimi Räikkönen, but just not funny and just not even cool, even. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, bro, I don't know what's happened to Bottas. But
He's awesome. But I am gonna agree. I think I want to see Perez in the Cadillac specifically because it's an American team. Like, Perez is from Mexico. He's from, there's a lot of culture mixing in between Mexico and the United States. I think it'd be good for the brand. And so I'm also taking Perez, but I do hope that Bottas isn't done in F1 because he's such a joy. He's such a joy.
Yeah,
and he's very,
exactly.
it's hard to judge how sharp he is at his age because of the unreliable, like unstable nature of the past few Alfa Romeo kick sours,
Yeah,
like there's been a lot
exactly.
of how good even is this car.
Exactly. And it's also just like, for me personally, ever since Giovinazzi left, okay, I watched it for a year after like he left, then they were Alfa Romeo. As soon as it became Steak Kick Sauber, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even bother reading about it. I couldn't care what they were doing. You know what I mean? They were just so NPC for me. So for me, I don't even remember Bottas in Steak, if that makes sense.
Honestly, that's
what
very fair. It's hard to look back and be like, oh yeah,
to it.
that team last year was Joe Guan Yu and Valtteri Bottas. Like, it doesn't seem real anymore. Because now that Hulkenberg and Bortoletto are there, it's like they breathe life into this husk of a Formula One team with no culture.
Exactly. Yeah, they bring something to it. I used to have like this bit in these videos that I used to do last year when Joe Guan Yu was about, and also I've got like a personal grudge against Joe Guan Yu because his money kicked Giovinazzi out of the sport.
Oh yeah, that is true. Did not
Right.
think about
So
that.
exactly. So I always die on that hill. So I always had a personal grudge against him, and I had this bit that I used to do where I'd be sort of like, Pov, like me, like Pov, I'm a cashier at a shop, and Joe Guan Yu comes in. And it's literally me just like doing my job, just like scanning the items and not even paying attention to who he is. Or just one like, Pov, me walking in the street and I walk past Joe Guan Yu.
Did people get upset at you for that? That sounds like some shit that people would get really upset about.
People in the comments, I mean, TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, Joe Guan Yu, he's so sweet. But then some people were just like, yeah, honestly, man.
The Logan Sargeant effect. The effect Logan Sargeant has and has left on bad drivers is irreplaceable. Now everybody, it's a pity party. It's always a pity party. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. That's about it. I'm done talking about Cadillac, though. I don't know if you have anything else to say, but if you don't, do you?
I don't.
Let's hit the phones. We are going to take, you heard that right, we're taking viewer call-ins today for the first time. And this is, we haven't announced it yet. So this is us announcing it now. We have a Discord where you can join and call into the show. Isn't that nifty? So without further ado, we are going to take... Can you see the list of people above us on the Discord? I'm going to let you pick.
Jesus, man, yeah. This is, just for reference, this is also like the first time that we're trying this out, so we're low just raw dogging.
Yeah, it might fuck up, but it's fine. Who are you picking?
Ollie Matthews, just like a solid geezer, man.
Ollie Matthews coming in hot. It's Ollie. Tell me what you got. Your name's Ollie. Where are you from?
I'm Ollie. I'm from England and such a F1 nerd.
Yeah, you can ask Spa predictions. You can say, if you just want to make fun of us or anything like that.
Yeah, sing a song. I don't
know. I think personally, I'm quite a big Alpine fan. Shock horror, they exist. I think, as much as I love Franco, he will be gone during the summer break.
Ooh.
I don't think that's particularly controversial, but I do think he's been on par with Jack Doohan and Flavio, who is known for being probably a bit lethal and probably still shouldn't be in F1, but is. I think Mercedes will sort Valtteri Bottas to come in alongside Pierre Gasly.
Ooh.
Which, in a better car, I think is a constructor championship team.
Very interesting take here. I mean, I don't think
there was a lot there.
Yeah, well, no. I appreciate the detail. I do think that it's not a crazy take that Colapinto is out after the summer, but it's not being talked about a lot. It's kind of flying under everyone's radar because everyone's talking about Max to Mercedes. But I do think that, yes, Flavio is a little slime ball, as I've said many a time. But Why are you saying Valtteri Bottas?
Alpine are looking at 2026. They're going to Mercedes engines, and with Valtteri as the reserve driver, there's going to be that link there. I've heard some rumors that if Max goes to Mercedes, which I think is a stupid move for both Mercedes and for Max, then they're thinking of dropping Kimi down to Alpine for Alpine.
We actually talked about that like 20 minutes ago. I don't get it either.
It would be funny to see Alpine as like a Mercedes junior team.
That would be crazy, and the fact that Horner could end up working there would be even funnier. He's just working under Max. Oh, that'd be so funny. But what do you think about how does this work in the Bottas Cadillac story?
I mean, it could just be a half-season contract.
That is true.
And Alpine could look at getting like an F2 driver, someone who hasn't just been left, like Porsche, Vesti. They're just been ignored.
Yeah,
they did really well in F2, and like 2 years ago, and they've just been kind of put away.
Same with Drago.
Yeah, I mean, he's been at least on the scene. I think Vesti does some Mercedes reserve-y stuff, but Porsche especially just gone.
Yeah, and he got the same treatment at IndyCar with McLaren. He got the shaft there too.
Well, I think he's a decent driver. He would do well in F1 personally.
I agree. Well, now that I literally have no idea how to do this shit. Before we leave, or kick you out of here for lack of the better word.
Wow.
Who do you think is going to win the Belgian Grand Prix?
Frank, no.
Bro.
It'll be a McLaren 1-2.
Okay.
And I think Oscar will be considerably ahead of Lando. Lando will go back to bottling his starts. He'll qualify on pole and lose it in turn 1, and Oscar just won't look back.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. Thank you so much, Ollie. Yeah. And congratulations. You were the first ever viewer call-in on the Backmarkers podcast.
Go.
Yeah. Go follow Ollie's Twitch. You can...
Ollie Matthews.
Ollie Matthews. There you go. All right. See you, Ollie.
Bye-bye.
All right. You want to get one more?
I'm saying Voxity.
Voxity. And we have Voxity in the cut. Voxity, what's your name? Where are you from?
What's going on? Sorry, I'm in a race right now.
You're what game?
24.
Okay. Well, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Lincoln Busick. I'm from Indiana, the great state of corn and racing itself.
Beautiful. So you can fire anything you want at us. You got Spa predictions. You got driver move predictions. You could make fun of us if you want. Just let us. What's on your mind?
Me personally, I'm always thinking about Isaac Hadjar. He's personally my favorite racer or my favorite driver. I'm just getting into this season, so I wanted to choose someone that was new to the F1 grid also. And I'm thinking, what do you think about the rookie standings and where Antonelli and Hadjar obviously are competing with each other?
Zane, you can take this first.
Yeah. For me, Hadjar's number one. Like, if we're talking about just what they've offered with the cars that they've got, Hadjar for me is just doing sick. Like, he's outperforming that car consistently, apart from the first race of the season. But I mean, that wasn't really his fault, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think Antonelli, we sort of touched on that earlier in the episode. Like, there's definitely talent there. I think he's sick. Like, I rate him so much, but it's just a consistency thing. But he's a rookie, you know what I mean? Like, can't have everything in the world.
Yeah, I also agree. I think, if you had asked me a month ago, I would have said Hadjar, no questions asked. But I think this rookie class is just in general so good that now Bortoletto's in the conversation, and Lawson started performing well, and there's all of these people. I still think it's definitely between Hadjar and Antonelli, and I earlier this episode was a bit critical on Antonelli because we were talking about the Antonelli Alpine rumors, and I was just saying, if I'm Alpine, I don't want to throw my chips in on Antonelli right now. That just seems like maybe a bit too much of a gamble for me.
Yeah.
But I do think Isaac Hadjar is not only a sick ass dude, but I would say he is right now the best rookie. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I fully agree on every single level.
You got anything else? Who do you think is going to win Spa?
Honestly, probably one of the McLarens. I'm still kind of new. But
Yeah, so how
I'm
long have you been
thinking-
watching?
I literally, let's see, the first race I watched was Jeddah this season.
Dude, hell yeah. Hell
So-
yeah, dude. People get so mad when like new fans or whatever, they don't know anything. I love talking to new fans. It's like my favorite
Yeah.
thing ever.
Yeah, I was at my dad's house one day, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I just ended up seeing that they were racing that Sunday, so I ended up turning it on and then tuned in.
Hell yeah,
Big
dude.
up your
So
dad,
are
man.
you like exclusively a Hadjar fan?
I'd say yeah, and it was definitely because of that. Whenever he crashed in F2 and was, I destroyed the car. no."
car. That's a classic. All right, well, remind me of your name one more time. I just see Voxity.
Lincoln.
Lincoln, dude, thank you so much for calling in. You have now been the second of all time Backmarkers podcast viewer caller. So have a great rest of your day, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Lincoln.
good one.
You too, man. All right, one more. Now we've got J21234 coming in hot.
Pretty good name.
That's C3
J21234. What's your name and where are you from, buddy?
Greetings. My name is J2, and I am from Arlington, Virginia.
Arlington, Virginia. Now, J2, you can tell us anything you want. You can ask us anything you want. If you want to drop some spa predictions, some drive remove predictions, rant about this, rant about that, make fun of the podcast, the floor is yours.
Let's go with ask a question, and if any little children run by, forgive me. I am in a hotel in the Netherlands right now, so that may not go. We'll see how the audio quality is. I was scrolling TikTok innocently the other day, and I came upon an edit of a certain racing movie, and it
Oh.
caused me to wonder, what are the greatest racing movies ever made?
I thought you were going to say
Would you
an edit
guys
of
like
Zane.
the list? Oh, no. I wish. I did actually see one of those.
I
the other day in
wish.
one of your reposts. Yeah,
It was, man.
he's a handsome man. He's a
Hey,
handsome lad.
Fair enough. I'm not going to
Zane, nice to meet you, by the way.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be a dick and say like, start on you, but I appreciate that, man.
All right, so actual
I can
question. So you
start.
said racing movies?
Yeah, let's go with top 5 racing movies. And I have a few that I want listed that I won't say right now, but I will be disappointed if you don't list.
Okay. For me, I'm going number 1 is Rush. I'm going Rush number 1.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Number 2, Grand Prix from the 60s. I actually really like that movie. Number 3, Ford versus Ferrari. Number 3 is Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights,
Let's go.
I don't
You got
care.
it.
It's so good. It is the best plot in a racing movie ever. Number 4 is Ford versus Ferrari. And I'll put F1 movie at number 5 because I really did enjoy it.
Damn. I'm just trying to think of 5 movies in general. You know what I mean? Like I've got like flipping Finding Nemo coming to my head and shit. I'm saying number 1, Rush. Yeah, mate, that was sick. 2, Senna, the film, like back in the day. I think it's like 2012 or something. Like quite a while ago. Senna film. 3, Ford versus Ferrari. 4, because I can't think of any more.
I mean,
The F1 movie.
Christian Bale's sick.
Yeah, exactly. 5, I don't know, Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
I can't think of any like racing.
You can't think of any other movie that. What about Fast and Furious?
Oh shit, yeah, Fast and Furious 7, man. No, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. What am I saying?
All right, that's
I'm
a good
up.
pick. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
That's not a bad pick.
I'm a big Too Fast, Too Furious fan, just because I love when it was still so cheesy and just, like, forget about it, cuh. Like that's. I loved when the movies were just so dumb. That was like my favorite part about it.
Let's hear your honorable mentions.
Yeah, I want to hear your list.
Ooh, yeah, I was gonna be really disappointed in you, Graham, if you didn't pick Talladega Nights. That was my one. I might go Rush number 1 as well.
Damn, we got a
It
lot
was
of
just a
Rush
good
lasers
movie.
here.
Rush was sick. Yeah.
Look, I mean, it was just an excellent.
Oh,
movie.
oh,
I
oh,
liked
oh.
it.
Wait, Zane has a revelation.
Pause. Cars.
Oh,
How did we miss that?
I've literally got.
How
a
did we
Lightning
miss
McQueen-
that?
Cars
I've just got Lightning
2, the
McQueen
spy
tattooed
thriller.
Yeah, I've literally got McQueen tattooed onto my body.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram post today. Dude, he literally has a Lightning McQueen tattoo.
We got to redo that. Like, I got to reset my mentality here.
All right, yeah, start over. I'm gonna leave my list B because I'm happy with it, but
Yeah. Apologies for the jump scare as well.
No, you're good. It was important. I'm gonna go. Honestly, I'm gonna go Cars 2 number 1.
ooh, I
Yeah.
respect it.
It was an all-around good movie. It was, I dare to say, Pixar's number 2 movie after
Behind.
Ratatouille.
Okay, Ratatouille. I agree. Ratatouille's fucking amazing.
Monsters University was a pretty good film.
Yeah, but it's a
It
little.
was pretty good.
It's a little childish. Like Ratatouille and Cars 2, the adults can like still wholeheartedly enjoy. I think if you're someone's parent watching Monsters University for the first time as an adult, you're not gonna like it.
I agree. I'm gonna go. Yeah, Rush number 2. I think.
Okay.
Ooh. 3 is gonna go Talladega Nights. I gotta go Talladega Nights. Just
There it is.
there's so many quotable, 8-pound, 6-ounce, baby Jesus.
Zane, you've seen
There's
it,
just
right?
so many.
Nope.
Please tell me.
You have to watch Talladega Nights. You have to.
No. It's got so many quotable like bits to it.
Zane,
So good.
tonight. You need to watch it tonight.
Tonight, alright. Okay, it's fine. Like, I mean, so it's 10 o'clock now, right? By the time I go to bed, it's going to be like midnight. So I'll just stay up until like 1:30 to watch it. It's fine.
You got plenty of time. Yeah.
You
It's
could do it.
It
You
is
could do it.
genuinely like I'm not even kidding. It's the best plot to a racing movie ever.
What's it about? It just sounds like, I don't
So
know.
Will Ferrell is a NASCAR driver who is like booming, successful,
Yeah, Will
and-
Ferrell. Yeah.
and then Sacha Baron Cohen plays this Formula One driver who comes to NASCAR and he's like French and very gay, and then he tries to beat Ricky Bobby and he does, and then Ricky Bobby, I won't spoil the rest, but
Okay, yeah.
it's very
I
very
think it's
good.
on Netflix. Yeah. I watched that.
It's amazing. Anyways, did you finish your list, J2?
Did I give number 4? I think number 4.
Yeah, okay.
We'll go number 4. We'll go the F1 movie of number 4.
Okay.
I think it was just, look, there were some parts of it that were not my favorite, but it was,
I agree.
I think it was a movie of this, like it's a fun movie of the summer. Like
Yeah.
it set out to accomplish that goal, and I think it did. I think it was accurate enough to, satisfy some of like the F1 nerds. You guys talked about like the DRS mentioning and like the through goes Hamilton, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned that. Like that, it did what it was supposed to do, I felt like. Number 5, what do we go with number 5? What was your 4th?
Ford versus
Which one
Ferrari.
you mentioned? Oh, what am I? Of course, I gotta go Ford versus Ferrari for number 5.
Okay. Solid
Yeah.
list.
I would go 6 Cars 1 if I had to.
Yeah,
had to do a
I would
6th.
agree. Cars 1 would also be 6th on my list. Well, no, I don't. Cars 2 isn't on there, so I'd probably go Cars 2 at number 6. But solid list. Solid list. Now, before we close things out, J2, who do you think's going to win Spa?
I'm gonna say my GOAT, Oscar Piastri.
That seems to be
I
the
think
favorite answer.
He feels like he's got his groove. The McLaren's looking pretty quick. He just seems like he's leveled up this year. I mean, some of that has to do with, upgrades that they've brought and whatnot, but like he feels like he stepped into his role as proper, second number 1 driver or whatever McLaren is saying now.
Yeah.
They got 2 number 1s or whatever. Like, all right, guys. But he feels like he's moved his way up. And I like him.
Yeah. I mean,
Valid.
very valid. All right. Well, J2, thank you so much. That was a great question. And you can officially say that you are the 3rd ever viewer caller on the Backmarkers podcast. And yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
All right. See ya. What a guy. What a guy.
What a
All right,
legend, man.
Last thing on the
He was born. I'm sorry. He was born and bred for the Backmarkers podcast. He took the day off work. He took the day of work for this. Respect, man.
last thing on the agenda. some GridRival Smash or Pass. We're going to go through these quick, and then we're going to wrap things up. So, going to get right into it. Belgian Grand Prix, all race finishing positions. Starting off with, had to keep you happy. Leclerc better than 4.5.
Yeah, man. Smashing the shit out of that. You already know.
I know you're smashing the shit out of him, bro.
Shut up.
George Russell better than 4.5.
I'm gonna say pass because I feel like he's still trying to like prove that he's like he's Mr. all that, right? But it's gonna backfire like it did in at Silverstone. So I'm gonna pass on that one.
All right, fair enough. Kimi Antonelli better than 7.5.
Smash.
All right.
Smash. Respectfully.
Fernando Alonso better than 9.5.
Yeah, smash. Raw, man.
Max Verstappen worse than 2.5.
See, this year at this point of the season, that's not a hot take. I'm gonna smash.
Lewis Hamilton worse than 5th.
Smash, man. I've got to be honest. Like,
Now, Gabriel Bortoleto better than 15th.
smash.
Nico
That's a safe
Hulkenberg
season.
better than 11.5. So 12th.
I'm gonna say pass, man.
You did
Like-
that last time. You did that last
I
time
know
for
he's-
Britain.
He's been cooking too much. That's
That's
like,
what you said last time.
Yeah, but this time I actually mean it. Last time I was just like joking around, sort of thing. Plus, we've also been glazing steak way too much for my liking recently. So
They're doing so good.
yeah, but they kicked out Giovinazzi in 2021. So
Dude, I'm sure you're very upset when people bring up Abu Dhabi 21. You're doing the same thing right now. You got to move on. You got to live your life. Giovinazzi's probably having a better time in WEC than he would in F1 right now.
yeah, I'd never seen him smile in a Formula One car, but I always see him smiling now. I noticed that he's got like two gaps here, like me when he smiles. I didn't know that beforehand.
Dude, I mean, you are literally the same person. So, anyways, that's going to be about it for this episode of the Backmarkers podcast. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. And please be sure to follow our socials, go watch our clips, whatever. But most importantly, if you want to be a viewer caller like the three that were here today, we're going to put the Discord link in the episode description, and it'll be in our link tree and stuff like that. It won't be hard to find. So if you would like to call in to the next show, join the Discord. We're probably going to be trying to do it for every single pre and post race episode. So we will update you on when we record in this Discord server. And so if you want to be a part of it, then join the Discord. So yeah, that's about it. Zane, do you want to rap an outro or something? Don't let that boy get hot.
Yeah, man. Don't let me think too much because then I might just like start threatening people. Let's see what we're working with today. Next week is Spa. That's gonna be hectic. Next week I won't be seeing it because I'll be seeing cars that are electric. That's right. I'm going to the Formula E next weekend.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just got FOMO. 'Cause I just saw like all the other people that like all the other social media motorsport people. They're all going there, and man, I just feel like I'm gonna get left out of the conversation. So I'm just gonna go to show face.
Fair enough. Where is it?
London. Like,
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
XL. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there will be people. I went last year and that was a race, Formula One race at the same time. But there was just people just watching it on their phones and shit anyway. Like I just watched the race, so
Fair enough.
it'll be cool. Yeah.
Well, all right. That is
That's
gonna
it, man.
That's gonna do it. So yeah, see you guys next week after Spa.
Bye.